Empire of the Dark. You're damn right.
What'd you say to him?
I told him to go to hell.
I didn't play that one, I think, too terribly long ago. Probably within the last couple years, not preceding TST TV, I don't think. But it's a classic vanity project film, meaning that the protagonist was also the writer and director and probably the main character who financed the whole film project as well, being that it seemed mostly to glorify him. But he really did put a lot of work into that glorification in ways that went to real extremes. Stop motion, all kinds of cinematic action. It really seemed like he tapped the well for 1940s style fanfare, royalty-free soundtracking orchestra stuff. That was entertaining. And I really got the feeling that this guy felt that this was going to be a real blockbuster. I could be wrong, but it feels like this was something he was impassioned about, really leaned into hard. And they did, if nothing else, put a lot of work into this. But it's about a man who is a cop and following some kind of criminal case, he lands upon a satanic cult opening up portals to demonic worlds and shit like that, just before they're about to sacrifice his girlfriend, I believe it was, and his baby somehow gets escaped from this situation, and then 20 years later finds his dad, who still looks the same 20 years later, except him and his son now have these hideous mustaches. And the father is practicing using a broadsword with a passion, which is just something he's really taken to. And, it just so happens sword fighting comes in really handy by the end of this movie, which was something I could have never guessed watching him training on swords. But it did turn out that way, and boy, were we all delighted to see that it did. But I don't know. I mean, what more can I say about it? It was better done than a vanity film like Get Even, aka Road to Revenge. Even though I do see a lot of similarities and parallels there with the kind of vanity film project it was almost a little less entertaining for the fact that it was done somewhat more competently, and I don't necessarily want to see competence along with my vanity films.
Wait, are you saying?
And it wasn't competent enough to make any of it good. It was just competent enough to take away from some of the hilarity of the incompetence that we usually laugh at. So I don't know if that's saying a good thing about the film or not. There's a certain middle ground where you want it to be one way or the other. And this wasn't going to be a great film, but I wanted it to be maybe a bit worse than it was, which made it somewhat worse.
Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.